So, I've learned a lot the past 10 years or so, even though I've struggled with the terrible bipolar disorder that pretty much cuts me off from my family. Most of them just don't want to talk to me, and I think I can see their perception is pretty ignorant. They don't want to look at it. They don't want to deal with their own issues. And so to talk to me, and I'm so clairvoyant too, I have the energy to go different places, even when I'm not there. So whether or not you're with me, you're studying, you're learning, and you will have an exposure to the public, and it will happen. Even post-mortem, it doesn't go away. Human ingenuity just keeps going on. But I've gone in and investigated what's going on in these poor black neighborhoods in the city of Richmond, across the country, and despite any amount of IQ they have, which is just normal, I think, pretty normal. And plus, a lot of them are related, maybe even to my family. We might have had children that live in Gilpin, and that's kind of disturbing that we treat our relatives. But then I look how they treat me, and I'm like, I feel sad for them, because even if they didn't have money, they could come up and be supportive. Like, oh, please feel better. I don't have any money to help you, but I know it's tough holding a full-time job when you have bipolar. In fact, it's impossible. You can't. The roller coaster of the bipolar is so. And if I get angry, well, God, I'm sick. I mean, if you had broken your leg or were having your kidneys out, you have a little bit of a temper about it. It's called survival. To survive something, you have to have a temper. That whether it's war. But to me, it's been war with not my brain in the sense that I'm stupid. I mean, when you're a retard or intellectually disabled, there's no war. You just accept it and move on. But with a mental illness, it's like you're supposed to be seeing your doctor and taking medicine. And when it's not right, let's say I tried for 8 to 10 years, I can understand how it can be exasperating. You just want to give up. But I never gave up. I kept going back to my doctor, and she kept giving me the wrong medicine. And finally, she said, Miss Ellis, I can't be your doctor anymore. I think it was insurance reasons. And so she moved me to a different doctor who put me on different medicine. But it's disregarding me as a person, even though I have an illness, is wrong. It's immoral, and it also is unethical around the world to do that to people. So you guys have trouble with your morality and the way you're treating me. Not me. I mean, I'm sick. And when I am well, I'm doing the right thing. I'm going to work. So it's your short-sightedness and your fear, basically your fear, that says give up, don't talk to her. And the funny thing was, when I was a child, my dad would say never, never, never give up. Like he's all this Marine kind of guy. But he's not. He's got mental illness too. And he's scared and he hides. And I see that. He goes in his house, he don't want to talk to anybody, and then he loses his temper and explodes. Just like always. Ever since I was a child, he had this, but he's never gotten help. He's never gone to get on medication that might help with that. And I will tell you, his case of bipolar is not nearly as difficult as mine. And I inherited it from my mom and my dad, so I got bipolar. I have an idea to set up a school, and I'm working towards it, even in and out of hospitals. I still kept my goal, and I still kept working on it, and I didn't give up. And part of that was the love I had from William Kent Bowers. He was such an angel and just so good and didn't judge me and understood bipolar. He would go, okay, I don't think you have a brother. One time I told him that, and I said, my brother fixes old cars. And he goes, I didn't know you had a brother. But my granddad was also an influencer, although he was more limited because he came back in days when they were horse and carriage. But he had a good ethnic sense. And I'm not saying my dad doesn't. I'm saying my dad is very ill and can't make good decisions. He doesn't trust himself. I mean, so I've lost a few $1,000s, maybe 10, maybe 20 over the course of my lifetime with bipolar and mania. And I'm just asking, I mean, let's laugh. How much have you lost in the stock market, you bipolar grandfather? How many thousands of dollars have you lost? And then also you have a 4-bedroom. Why do y'all need a 4-bedroom house? You'll let me go homeless, live on the streets, sleep with the prostitutes, and I can't call you for help. Like, I'm sick, Dad. I have always aimed for health. That's why I go to the doctor. I say, okay, I'll try this, I'll try this. So it is beyond my capacity to forgive the fact that you will not get help for yours. And that's all. I mean, the money you spent, the choices you've made. I mean, you had money for Hillary's breast surgery, but you don't have money to get me a car. I did. I know Mom. She was honest. She said, I have $5,000 in savings. She says, I'm really tight. If anything happens, I got to keep this $5,000. She was honest. And I appreciated that, and she helped where she could, knowing that I had this disorder, plus going to NAMI meetings and meeting people. But I don't think my dad's capable of doing that because he's not well enough. And luckily, right now, I'm doing pretty good, and I have been for the past year. I've been out of the hospital for an entire year, and that just hadn't happened to me. So, Jennifer, my sister, Chip doesn't say much. If I'm not being nice, maybe I'm in a lot of physical, mental pain. Maybe I'm throwing up my medicines. Kent got treated for leukemia, and he lasted 6 years. I've been treated for bipolar, and I've lasted 10 years. Plus, in all the years since I was 21 that I was on lithium, and then finally they put me back on it. I get sick. I take it at night, and I think Kent throwing up in the middle of the night with his leukemia treatments. And every once in a while, a couple times a week, I'll throw my medicine up just so toxic. But I think my dad can make my life easier, and I think that's his job. Even at the point that he's 83, I think he should be calm, cool, collected, make rational decisions, and quit losing money in the stock market. If you need to invest, talk to Hillary. She's a geologist. She can tell you what minerals to invest in. She said, oh my gosh, I would have told him not to invest in gasoline. Hillary's a bright human. And I feel like you degrade women, Dad. I feel like you don't think women are your equal. Hillary Clinton, for example. I have different chemicals. I have estrogen. Doesn't mean I'm any dumber than you.